Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time making it to my channel, I love all things Harry Potter, Dungeons and Dragons, and just video games as a whole. So those are the kinds of things I tend to make videos about on this channel. And in this video, I will be loosely ranking the teachers in terms of power in relation to each other. And this is a completely opinion-based thing. I've read all of the books twice. I know that's not that many times in comparison to a lot of other people, but this is just for fun. So if you disagree with some of my choices, leave it down in the comments below. And if you agreed with some of my choices, leave it down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. So first up on the list is a big one, Severus Snape. I am going to put him for right now, right at the top. I don't know why his head kind of got chopped in half in the picture, but I'm going to put him at the top of the list for now as an S. And so basically, reasons being is he invented, as far as we know, Sectum Sempra, and not only is that just a crazy powerful and dangerous spell in its own right, but he has actually also shown the ability to heal wounds dealt with the spell, as well as a really impressive ability to delay the onset of incredibly powerful dark magic, like what happened with Dumbledore and his hand. I know that's more of like maybe a potions thing, and that's not very practical, I guess, in a fight, at least that. But just that ability in itself is pretty powerful, as well as he learned the ability to fly without a broom and was able to briefly defend against 3 teachers, 2 of those being Professor Flitwick and Minerva McGonagall. So he has to rank pretty high on this list, maybe even the highest of this list. So next we have Professor Flitwick. All right, so I'm going to put him in the A tier, and these will probably shift around as they go. But I put him in the A tier. He is a master dueler, and he was able to remove the swamp left by Fred and George, which he himself said was actually quite an impressive bit of magic. So he kept like a little bit of it, like I guess like a square in the room. And in the 7th book, he was able to battle against 2 Death Eaters and actually defeat Antonin Dolohov, who actually kills one of the other people on this list. So he has to be pretty up there as well. All right, so next we have Hagrid. So this one might be interesting. I'm putting him right up here with Flitwick in the A tier. So, I think that Hagrid actually had the potential to pull off some pretty impressive spells had he not gotten expelled from Hogwarts and had his wand broken, because he stores the 2 broken pieces of his wand in his umbrella. And even with those 2 broken pieces, he's able to perform some weaker spells, even though he's not supposed to. And he has just such immense strength, like the ability to bend barrels of shotguns with one hand. And so he's attacked by like 8 people in one of the books, and they're all shooting stunning spells at him, and they just bounce off of him because of the magic blood he has, the giant blood in him. And that itself makes him just an incredible threat, because it's actually just going to be hard to stop him in his own right. Even if he's not using magic to fight you, he can just run up on you and beat you to death, because you might not be able to stop him. So, yeah, so he's going to be in the A tier. These might shift around as well. I'm not sure yet. So next we have Minerva. So I'm going to put Minerva in the S tier as well, right underneath Snape, because I think that she is an incredibly powerful witch. She's an animagus. Granted, her animagus form, just being a cat, is not as helpful as some other animagus transformations might be, but she is amazing at transfiguration and can do some incredible spell work. We see her animate the like the suits of armor in the castle to help defend against Voldemort and all of the other Death Eaters and Voldemort's forces. And she's actually able to perform some magic even without the use of her wand, which that is an incredibly valuable skill to have in Harry Potter, because it seems like most people in Harry Potter, most wizards, as they get older, sort of lose this ability just from using their wands all the time. It's more common for like kids to accidentally do stuff with their magic, like Lily taking longer to fall when she jumps off the swing, or Harry blowing up his aunt on accident, you know, or like not thinking about it, or like, you know, sort of it just to happen. But she is able to still perform some spells that she chooses to do, even in her age without the use of a wand. So that's cannot be understated. So next we have Moody. I am actually going to put Moody in B tier for now. He's one of the most famous Aurors, but he has lost limbs and he has lost an eye from all of these fights against dark wizards, and maybe I shouldn't count that against him. I mean, hit this other 360-degree rotating eye could be considered a plus, but which I think it is. But the fact that he sustains all these wounds over time is against all these people sort of doesn't, it sort of like really works against him, because there are other characters that fight plenty of powerful wizards and, you know, they really don't sustain much injury. Quirrell. So we have Quirrell. I'm going to put him down. I'm going to put him as the lowest so far in the D tier. We don't get to see him do a ton of magic, but we do get to see him I guess we don't see him. We find out he was the one trying to knock Harry off of his broom. But Snape, you know, saved Harry by performing you know, counter curses or whatever, you know, just magic to help stop him. But other than that, the greatest feat that we know of him is like killing a zombie or defeating a zombie in Africa, and that's where he got his turban. But so not too much known, but nothing too impressive of even what we do know. So next we have Lupin. I am going to put Lupin right above, there we go, right above Mad Eye in the B tier. I think that Lupin's pretty good. He's pretty smart. He knows a lot about dark arts, and he's regarded as the best dark arts teacher that the story sees. He does see multiple combats, and he is killed by Antonin Dolohov. But other than that, I mean, like, he teaches Harry some pretty important spells, like obviously Expecto Patronum and Ridiculous. But I don't know. I don't know if I feel like he could defeat Hagrid or Flitwick. I really don't see him beating Flitwick. I don't know. Maybe he knows some interesting spells he might be able to stop Hagrid with. Maybe he's just under Hagrid, but once I'm done placing everybody, I'll take another look and, you know, maybe move some people around. All right, so we got Slughorn. I'm going to put Slughorn underneath Moody, I think. Maybe... Man, this is... maybe I put him above Moody? I'm not sure. I don't like Moody being so low, but all right. So Slughorn, I guess the greatest feat we sort of know of him is that he briefly duels with Voldemort, but he's not by himself. He has Minerva and Kingsley Shacklebolt dueling with him. But I guess something that really counts against him is the fact that he probably could have been way more prominent and way better if he was not such like a backseat driver in so many other people's rises to power. Like, he obviously taught Voldemort about Horcruxes and all of these things, or like that sort of thing, and He sort of helped Harry a little bit, but he sort of refuses to step in and sort of claim fame in his own right. So maybe if he had a different mindset, he could have achieved more power. But so far, that's where I'm going to put him for now. So we have Dolores Umbridge. I do think that she's more competent than Quirrell, and yeah, she might actually be in the... I don't know, that's a lot of people in the B tier. I think Dolores is actually a fantastic character, but obviously I hate her guts. But I think that the role she plays in the story, she just plays so well. She's, you know, you hate her the entire book she's in, and even after. She just does her job so well as a character. But we don't really see her do too much magic. And when Fred and George create that swamp, we're not led to believe in any way that she was capable of dealing with it. She went and got Flitwick, but maybe that was because she was just too tired, because they've kind of been dragging her through the mud by that point. But she doesn't really do much to indicate that she's vastly powerful. Her power more lies in her holding the ministry at that point in the story over her actual magical ability, I think. So I'm going to leave her there for now. And then last but not least, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Gildora Lockhart. So for him, you know, I think, oh, no. Okay, we're going to move him. We have to, I think, create a new tier for him in general called, you know, the pretty obvious tier. Obviously.
You can count on Irving Energy to
son of a gun. Sorry about that. I don't know why that happened. Stupid ads. All right, but yeah. So he goes in the pretty obvious tier. You know, that goes without saying. His list of accomplishments speak for themselves. All those books about it, you know, he told Snape it would have just been too obvious if he were to counter the Expelliarmus that happened in the dueling club. So I guess at this point we will I'll take a look back over the list and see if I want to make any changes. So Snape obviously staying in S, you know, Lockhart has to stay in his tier above the rest. Minerva, I feel comfortable having her be right underneath Snape, as well as Flitwick. I'm going to put him into the S tier as well, I think. And then maybe I do this. I mean, it depends. If it's a full moon, I would definitely put Lupin over Hagrid. But this might be a hot take. I'm going to put Hagrid over Lupin. I'm pretty comfortable with the rest of this down here. It's kind of sad that Moody ends up so low on my list, but maybe I just didn't... I love Moody as a character, even though most we see from him as a character isn't actually him. It's somebody else pretending to be him. But I still managed to actually really enjoy his character. But I don't really see him going too much higher. I can't in good confidence put him up higher than this. Quirrell... I don't know, maybe there's no D tier. Maybe I remove the D tier. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I don't like him being a full tier below Umbridge because I guess if it wasn't for Snape, he probably would have actually done some serious damage to Harry. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm fine with this. So let me know what you agree and or disagree with about this list, and if you're into Harry Potter and Dungeons and Dragons, feel free to check out the first series I started on this channel where I run a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that is based in the Harry Potter world, as well as I try to increase my drawing abilities as I do so, try to draw the characters. So other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.